Grab summer by the reins. Open your wagering account to receive a $125 bonus. Sign up now at TVG.com.
It's time once again for our juvenile report. We focus in on the 2-year-olds who have recently just broken their maidens. And I think the 2-year-olds really the toughest division to go ahead and follow, at least really early on in the year. So we'll go ahead and show you some horses that just broke their maidens starting last week. And if we're going to talk 2-year-olds and talk babies in Saratoga, why not start with Todd Pletcher? And that is Competitive Edge, who is by Super Saver out of a Cape Town mare. This is a 2-year-old colt and did cost $750,000 at the Facing-Tipton Florida Select 2-year-olds in training sale in 2014. And we're taking a look at the lone race that Competitive Edge has on his resume. 21-4 was the opening quarter. He was up by 6 lengths in mid-stretch and drew off to win by an official margin of 10 1/4 lengths. Very good looking debut. How many times do we see this at Saratoga over the summer? It was a very highly regarded 2-year-old with Competitive Edge winning that career debut. Put up a Buyer's speed figure that afternoon of 88. That was on July 26. Now we're going to go north of the border in Conquest Tsunami. It's a 2-year-old colt by Stormy Atlantic out of an El Corridor mare. First of all, he broke his maiden by 6 1/4 lengths, going 4 1/2 at Keeneland. Then he faced Stakes Company in the Victoria in his second career start, blew him away by 7 3/4. And now we're taking a look at his second stakes victory in his last race in the call-in on July 26. He's just faced 2 other rivals in this field. Originally, it was a field of 6, but no one wanted to face Conquest Tsunami. And you can see Patrick Husbands, who was aboard this afternoon, and been aboard the last 2 stakes victories for trainer Mark Cassidy in Conquest Stables. A very good-looking win here. He's just going to coast on in. I think it's going to be interesting to see what trainer Mark Cassidy decides to do with him, because we've seen Mark Cassidy already have a string here in Southern California. He put up a Buyer's speed figure of 77 when he won the Collins Stakes last out on July 26. So we'll see if Mark Cassidy decides to go ahead and leave him at Woodbine and participate in the 2-year-old stakes calendar up there, or if he possibly decides to bring him to Southern California at Del Mar and compete in the closing day feature in the Del Mar Futurity on Wednesday, September 3rd. Next 2-year-old we'll take a look at, speaking of Del Mar, is Red Button, a 2-year-old son by Distorted Humor out of a Skip Trial mare. Don't see Skip Trial in the pedigree too often anymore. First of all, was defeated by 10 lengths in the career debut by Bad Reed Sanchez. That was a very nice 2-year-old for Doug O'Neill, who will see Bad Reed Sanchez most likely in the Del Mar Futurity closing day at Del Mar. So he made the debut on June 20th. Second career start, we're taking a look at his first start over the poly track surface here at Del Mar, and he's just gonna get by a half length down on the inside, and really did not get any respect in the wagering this day. At odds of 15 to 1, but you did see the horse that he ran by in mid-stretch, really stopping on the front end. One of the lower Buyer's speed figures here, but was only his second career start. Maybe he'll get better out of this. He put up a Buyer's speed figure of 66 at Del Mar on July 26. How about another son of the Windstar Farm Stallion by Super Saver? This is High Dollar Woman, our first 2-year-old filly we're going to take a look at in the juvenile report, and was your beaten favorite in the career debut at Belmont Park on June 27th. Next start, we're taking a look at the maiden breaking score, July 27th, here at the Spa. You can see, caught an off racetrack this day, was officially listed as muddy. Javier Castellano was aboard for trainer Tony Dutro. In this filly, she was expensive. $675,000 purchase price at the Ocala Breeder Sales Company 2014 selected sale for 2-year-olds in training earlier this year. And Red Button put up a Buyer's speed figure, or excuse me, High Dollar Woman put up a Buyer's speed figure of 88 that afternoon in the mud at Saratoga. Sunday Summit was actually coming out of the exact same maiden race as High Dollar Woman, and here in her career debut on June 27th, and Sunday Summit would come back to win by 7.5 lengths on July 27th as well, same day, but the distance was 7 furlongs. She put up a Buyer's speed figure of 74. Let's get back to Southern California and focus on Starlet O'Hara. You remember Starlet O'Hara? She made her career debut on the dirt at Los Alamitos on the 4th of July. Broke from the rail in a big field that day And as soon as Martine Garcia was able to get Scarlett O'Hara out in the clear on the far turn, it really seemed like she was starting to pick up horses and got a little bit more comfortable. She was flying late to finish second, beating a length and 3/4 in that career debut. Here's the maiden breaking score in her first attempt on polytrack surface on July 27th at Del Mar. Stopped the clock in a final time of 1:10.2 for 6 furlongs, defeating a Mark Casse runner. And here I believe Mark Casse has maybe 3 or 4 seconds on the meet in maiden special weight races to Bob Baffert runners. But Sunday Sonnet, nonetheless, a very good looking career or maiden breaking score in 7 furlongs, putting up a Beyer speed figure of 74, for Scarlett O'Hara on July 27th. Last horse we'll take a look at, a 2-year-old filly by Desert Code out of a Cozine mare. In her first 2 races were on the dirt at Santa Anita, going 4.5 furlongs. I don't think she wanted any part on the dirt, being by Desert Code. Once they put her on the synthetic surface, she had a very good-looking maiden win, winning by 5 1/4 at odds of 7-2. The track was pretty quick last week, so we did see a track record of 5 furlongs in 56.76, and that's a look at all the 2-year-olds that we saw breaking their maidens last weekend at Saratoga and Del Mar. For the Juvenile Report in our TVG studios in Los Angeles, we returned to Del Mar with Todd and Simon.